a few years ago, I was the king of procrastination. I would literally say, oh yeah, this is the week that I'm going to make progress. But when it came time to do it, I woke up and I did this long ass morning routine that took me like 2 hours to do. I exercised, expressed gratitude, meditated, do the cold shower. And 2 hours passed by, if not more. I haven't even started working. And then either went to school or work. By the time I got back, I would eat. And after that meal, there's no way I'm going to do any work. So I said, I'm going to do it tomorrow. And that cycle repeated itself. And it wasn't just the wasted time. Literally days, weeks would pass by. And I made so little progress compared to how much I could have. I felt awful knowing I'm wasting my potential. I felt stuck. I felt overwhelmed and honestly embarrassed. But today, I'm completely different. Literally, I wake up, grab my clothes, go walk the dog very quickly, and I start working immediately. And by 12 p.m., I did at least 5 hours of work. Until the end of the day, there's no thought of procrastination. I do something productively throughout the whole day. A few years ago, I couldn't imagine this. And if I can do this, you can do this too. By the end of this video, you will have concrete steps on what to do to make procrastination impossible. So imagine waking up every single day and actually following through on what you said you will do. Now let's make that happen. Let's get into the first strategy. Working immediately after you wake up. So when you wake up, start doing this longest morning routine or whatever you do. That's not gonna help you become more productive. You think it will, but it's actually not. When you wake up, you just woke up, you didn't do anything. You are the most alert. You have most energy. You could do whatever you want. So yeah, as I said in the intro, I was doing this long ass morning routine and I felt awful, embarrassed. I was just wasting my potential instead of actually doing the work that's going to move me closer to my goals. And one day I was researching like, how do I change this? What do I do? And I came across this YouTube channel and this successful entrepreneur who was in the same situation, literally was talking about the same thing. He was doing this long ass morning routine, but he moved to US. He was surrounded with a bunch of entrepreneurs and he realized none of them had this longest morning routine, yet they were way more productive. So he's like, I'm doing something wrong. Like what? But he also realized that they felt burned out and overwhelmed. So he realized that neither approach is actually perfect. He realized that when he woke up, he should immediately get into work, whatever that is for him and whatever that is for you. But you should do these good habits during breaks and after work, not before your work. The optimal thing is to actually, if you work in the morning, just go straight into work. And the crazy part is that if you do this, it's way easier to get into flow state. Yeah, science says this. As soon as you wake up, as fast as possible, you go into work. First, you haven't woken up, but after a few minutes, you will get into flow state actually easier than if you were to do your morning routine before you started working. Yeah, it's counterintuitive, but that's how it is. Science proved it literally. As I said, now my mornings are super simple. I do as little as possible and then I get into work to abuse all these benefits. And then on my breaks, I meditate. And after my work, I work out and do other good habits. Okay, so how do you actually do this? Well, you need to literally schedule tomorrow that you're going to actually start working immediately in the morning, as soon as you wake up. No morning routines, okay? Try this for like 7 days, okay? Just give it a try. If you see this doesn't work out for you, okay, sure. Go back to what you did, what you're doing right now. Give it a try for 7 days, okay? Second thing, in order to do this way easier and way more effectively, you want to plan the day before what the task are you actually going to do. Be very specific, okay? This is going to help you a bunch because like when you just wake up, like you'll be like, what do I need to do right now? You've just woken up. You are not like fully alert. So it's going to take you more time than usual to figure out what to do. So you always want to make sure that the day before you plan which tasks exactly you're going to do. And third step is literally that you you get your phone and throw it in trash or like as far away from you. Obviously, I'm joking. So that it doesn't distract you. Turn off all the notifications and calls and all of that. And you can even take it a step further and do the same for your PC. You turn all the notifications off and disable all the apps that you don't use during your work time, so you don't get distracted and you don't subconsciously go on YouTube or Reddit or wherever and actually focus on the work. Freedom is the app that I recommend for that, but I'm gonna get actually into that later in the video. And the fourth thing is just 5-minute rule. You don't feel like it in the morning, but just commit for 5 minutes, okay? And after 5 minutes, it's gonna be so much easier to continue going. It's just that inertia. It's just that you haven't started, and it's unnatural for you to, when you wake up, go and work. So use that 5-minute rule to just get you to start working. And then it's gonna be way, way easier to keep going. Now, something that you know is important, but you aren't aware of how important it is. Let's talk about sleep. Sleep will help you so much with any change, especially procrastination. Okay. I used to act like sleep didn't matter. If I didn't do what I said I'm gonna do, I would sleep less that day, or literally, I would just be on my phone, scroll, or watch social media or videos or Netflix or whatever, even though I knew it was time to go to bed. It was time to go to sleep. Why? Because I wasn't aware of how much I was making my life harder, how dumb I was for doing it. Bunch of successful people understand the importance of this. They even say and recommend to all of us, make this your biggest goal in life. And some of them genuinely say this. So because I was doing this, I felt exhausted, very easily irritatable, and I had no energy, no focus to do what I wanted to do. Literally the whole day was worse. It was way easier to injure myself too in trainings, and I had no discipline, no willpower. It was so much harder to control myself, to not do the bad habits. It was complete negative domino effect, one thing after another. But then through actually researching how do I become more productive, how do I battle this procrastination, I learned the importance of sleep. I learned how that is probably the most important thing that I should do, and that's the first thing that I should actually do. So now I have a strict sleep schedule. I go to sleep every single day at the same time. I allocate the same amount of time. If I don't do what I said for that day, I'm going to go to sleep. I don't care. I have it as a priority, okay? God is my first priority, but sleep is the second, literally. I'm going to only sacrifice it for a wedding, a birthday, or for God. That's literally, okay, maybe there's some other exception, but pretty much it. Okay, that's first, the big three that just came to my mind. So the result of this, I wake up feeling sharp, full of energy, going to conquer the day. I can do anything. I feel awesome. It's so hard to irritate me, to distract me. It's a completely different thing from before. It was complete bad negative domino effect to complete positive domino effect. Everything was easier. Everything was better. So some action steps for you. I want you to set a consistent bedtime schedule, okay? Start going to sleep at the same time every single day. And focus on going to sleep at the same time every single day. If you do that, you will wake up at the same time. That's easy. Just focus on going to sleep at the same time every single day. And in order to do this, you want to optimize your environment, okay? So you make sure that you literally turn down all the lights. You pull back the curtains. You use sleep mask if you need to. You turn off the lights at least half an hour, but even better, an hour before bed, okay? Even better, an hour before bed, and go to bed half an hour or 15 minutes before you actually want to fall asleep, because you're not going to fall asleep immediately. So at least 15 minutes before you actually want to fall asleep, be in bed. And at least 30 minutes, if not an hour, even better, turn off all the lights. How are you going to do that? Well, use candles. You put a hoodie on you, and it's not affecting your sleep, because your body won't be able to fall asleep if it's exposed to light till the last second of your day, literally, or night, actually. Make sleep environment great. Make it a bit more cold, so it's slightly uncomfortable. This is going to increase your quality of sleep. You're going to make it so that you fall asleep easier, you don't wake up, and your sleep quality is better. Besides this, you want to use, and it's the only the thing that you need to actually invest in is earplugs for sleep. These are the ones that I use max. They're very often recommended. You can use anyone. You can do your research. So you put them in your ears, and you don't hear so much of your environment, which if you literally ask me, sleep next to people and sleep and are next to you, my family, especially if they watch TV, it's a game, or they have friends over, they can be very loud. So this is a lifesaver. You'll see flex. And besides that, you want to make sure you're hungry, slightly hungry. You don't have to be like starving, but you want to make sure that you don't eat anything 4 hours before bed. Last time you want to eat is 4 hours before bed. So your body has time to process the food before you actually go to sleep. This is the most important thing, okay? Besides going to sleep at the same time, slightly hungry is the second most important thing. So these are a few action steps for your great sleep. If you eat 4 hours before sleep, then make sure that it's a lighter meal. You should eat bigger meals before in your day. So that's it for sleep. Let's go to the third lesson. And this is the last one. Now, the last thing is probably the most important. Like, let's be real. You've been trying to use discipline. You've been trying to use willpower in order to not procrastinate, in order to achieve your goals, in order to stick to new good habits, create them, build them. How's that been working out? If you've been watching this video, probably not really well, not procrastinate. And I was thinking the same thing. I should do that. But I realized that's the wrong approach, because sometimes I would be able to discipline myself, sometimes not. For example, once I start working, my phone would go off, bunch of notifications. Somebody would call me, somebody would message me, or I don't know, people around me would just distract me. And I would literally forgot about what I was doing, and often would be on my phone for like an hour because of a simple notification on my phone. Like, I was like, before training, I would be like, oh, just a few minutes on my phone, and an hour passed by like that. It's normal, because your brain just wants dopamine, just wants pleasure, and goes to the path of least resistance. It's easier to go on phone than to go train or work on your project or whatever. So I realized that instead of focusing on my actual concrete habits and actions I want to do, I should focus on changing my environment, because my environment was actually keeping me from achieving my goals, keeping me from building these new good habits. I realized winners and losers have the same goal, but winners make their environment so it's actually very easy to work hard on their goals and make like these good new habits, and very hard to procrastinate and not achieve these good new habits. So literally, that's what I did. Today, it's literally normal. I wake up, and for example, when I do get on my PC, I use an app that literally is like music, that my work is more enjoyable, but it actually gets me into flow. It's, very specific kind of music, Brain FM, check it out if you want to. And I use Freedom app. This is an app that controls, so I don't go, like, I can't access apps, forums, games on my phone and my PC. So I can just work in the morning. There's no discipline. It's just that I optimize my, change my digital environment that way. So it's easy to work hard, and it's hard to procrastinate. I also remove my phone from my room, or if it's in my room, it doesn't matter, because I turned all of the notifications and the calls and everything. So I can't get distracted by it. If somebody messages me, I want to know, so my desk is clean, it's organized, it's, where everything is. I know what I need to work on, plan the day before. There's some action steps that you could do to optimize your environment, so it's way easier to focus. Remove all the apps and all the notifications, turn them off, turn on do not disturb mode, turn off tap to wake, turn off tap to wake, rise to wake, the grayscale mode. These are all the things that you can do. And there's a whole bunch of things that you can do to optimize your environment, so it's easy to work hard and it's hard to procrastinate. This way, it's way easier to actually change your environment. You go in, and I'm going to make a special video on changing your environment to show the importance of it. And I already have a special video on sleep, so you can go and watch that. Now you have all bunch of tools to make procrastination hard and working hard easy, okay? It's your time to actually change your behavior, to take action on this advice. Because if you don't do it, you haven't learned anything, and nothing will change. So please do it. This is for your good. I can only give you the advice, but you are the one who has to take it. So make sure that you are gonna actually change your behavior. Start with sleep, if you want to take my advice on what to go about it, so it's even easier, start with sleep, apply the steps. If you want more in depth, go watch that video from mine I made before. Go watch some other video. I don't care, but start taking action. Okay, watch how quickly your life transforms. Literally, if you want my personal help, especially if you're an entrepreneur, and how to become more productive, how to have more time for things outside of work, and how to be way less stressed, way more money, then click the link in the description of this video. And I hope I helped everybody. I hope you take action on it. So, and I see you in the next